Hello, I'm Dr. Farah Habib, Tower Hamlets GP and Clinical Co-Lead of the IRIS Domestic Violence and Abuse Programme in Tower Hamlets. IRIS stands for Identification and Referral to Improve Safety. Violence against women and girls is a pandemic within a pandemic and is a very pressing public health concern. The recent repeated lockdowns, school closures, travel restrictions and economic downturn have created a perfect storm for violence against women and girls more generally, but also domestic violence and abuse in people's homes away from the public eye. These daily abuses, coercive control and surveillance has led to many victim survivors feeling extremely depressed, feeling unsafe, and with the result impacting on their physical and mental well-being, as well as the negative effects on their children and loved ones. Research and experiences of survivors show that domestic violence and abuse is often a hidden crime, which is often not reported to police.
I am Senior IRIS Advocate Educators. AEs like myself help and support victim survivors referred to us by the GP practices in Tower Hamlets. We work very closely with the GP practices. I'm passionate about health and have provided trainings to GP practices about public health issue of domestic violence and abuse. We see the difference it makes in supporting victim survivors, and it really helps the clinicians in their knowledge and responses. 80% of women in violent relationships seek help from health services, and these are often the first or often the only point of contact for the victims. Tower Hamlets has one of the highest rates of domestic violence and abuse, and we have seen an increase in referrals recently. Issues of family honor and shame, homelessness, economic abuse, immigration issues, race and religion can be a huge barrier in seeking support.
Hello, I'm Dr. Roberto Tamsangwan. I'm a GP based at Bromley by Bow Health Centre in Tower Hamlets. I attended the IRIS training. I found it really useful in helping me feeling supported when making my clinical inquiries, and also evoked some professional curiosity. Many victims describe feeling depressed or anxious and desperately feeling that they want to speak with one of their doctors. Unfortunately, the clinical response is often reported to be inadequate. But you could be the one professional that makes a difference by taking the time, by safely asking and adequately responding. Solace Women's Aid IRIS service in Tower Hamlets provides specialist training and support to all GP practices to help all staff members identify and support victim survivors. You don't need to feel that you're about to open a can of worms, because the training will increase your confidence about asking the questions and how to respond and record your actions.
I'm Kirsten, one of the clinical leads who co-delivers IRIS training with the IRIS Advocate Educators and the other clinical lead, Farah. Solace Women's Aid IRIS service in Tower Hamlets provides specialist training and support to all GP practices to help staff members identify and support victim survivors. We urge all the GP practices within Tower Hamlets to access this free training on domestic violence and abuse. This is a substantial and exciting opportunity for general practices to raise the quality of their response to patients experiencing abuse. You can get more information by contacting IRIS Advocates on 0203 795 9222 or email thccg.iristowerhamlets@nhs.net.